Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to a wonderful presentation from Easy Walk to English Grammar. This video will also be very useful for you. Today, we are going to deal with has, have, and had. I have heard many people complaining they find it very difficult to use these three forms of have correctly in sentences. Means they are confused. They are totally confused where to use these forms of have. So I chose this topic for our video today. And what we are going to deal with has, have, and had mainly today is that how they function as main verbs. That is the topic of this video. Means we are not going to deal with the auxiliary forms of have in this video. It will take some time. Means if we deal with the auxiliary forms also, the video will be extremely lengthy. So I avoided that for this time, and we focus on the main verbs, functioning of have as main verbs in sentences. Definitely we'll deal with have as auxiliary forms in some of our other coming videos. And it will also be useful for you. And what we are going to deal with or deal about have in this video is that for what purpose they are used in English, has, have, and had. Watching these things carefully will definitely help you a lot in improving your language, because you can handle has, have, and had easily after watching this video, I'm sure. We also deal with how to apply them in our daily English. This is the most important part of this video. Means many people find it difficult to use the grammatical rules in daily English. That is why they are reluctant to learn English grammar. But as English is a foreign language to most of us, it's very essential to learn grammar. But in this video, we'll be dealing with some of the daily usages where we can apply daily English usages where we can apply have and its forms. So, my dear friends, welcome you all once more to Easy Walk to English Grammar. Let's start with the three forms of have. The first form, which is the base form, is have itself. We can call it V1 in the sense the first form of the verb have. The second form is past form, and it's had. We can also call it V2 in the sense the second form of the verb have. The third form, which is the past participle form, is had itself. We can call it V3 in the sense the third form of the verb have. Have is an irregular verb, so it takes an entirely different form both in past form and past participle form. It's very essential to know these changes to use have without any fear while you use English. And moreover that you should know what regular and irregular verbs are to use your English confidently. In this channel, we have a number of videos related to regular and irregular words. If you watch those videos, you will get a clear knowledge of what regular and irregular verbs are, and at the same time you can learn a number of irregular forms of some words. It will definitely help you to improve your language. So please visit the channel and watch those videos. Coming back to our point here, once again, let me repeat, this is very important, so please keep it in mind, the three forms of have, and we'll check it later where we have to use them. The next important thing that you should know about have is that the singular form of have is has, and the plural form of have is have itself. This is also very important in using have without any doubt. So keep this in mind, and we are now going to check this aspect in a little detail. When there is only one person or thing or animal or whatever it may be, we'll be using has. This is the singular form of have. When there are two or more than two persons, means two plus persons or things or animals or birds or whatever it may be, we'll be using have. Have as the plural form of have. Where this will be happening? This rule is applicable in present tense. Present tense means things happening at the present time. So we can conclude this aspect of have like this. In present tense, we'll be using has along with singular subjects when there is only one person or thing or animal or bird, etc. And have along with plural subjects when there are two or more persons or things or animals or birds or whatever it may be. Hope you understood. It's very important. That's why I repeat it. If we are using has and have in the present tense, what will we be using in the past tense? It's had. The past tense form of have is had. Past tense means something happened in the bygone days, in the past days. It's all over. It's not happening now. All those things happened some days or years or months ago. When we have to say such things that happened in the past, using the verb have, we have to use the form had. Now we can move on to the uses of have, means where we can use the verb have. The first among them is to show possession. What's possession? Possession means ownership. If we own something, if we have something of our own, we can say we possess that thing. So in order to show possession, it's have that helps us a lot. Let's check how it's working. Let's check an example. They have two dogs. Oh my God, I think they are a bit angry. We can keep them away for the time being and can come back to our sentence. Here, they is the subject of the sentence. If you are doubtful still in finding out the subject of a sentence, there is a video in our channel Easy Walk to English Grammar where you can learn how to find out subject, predicate, complement, etc. and another video related to finding out objects, preposition, prepositional objects, etc. All these aspects are very important to move forward in learning English grammar. So please visit the channel and watch those videos to get a thorough knowledge and to understand the present topic very well. Here in this sentence, there is a plural subject and this thing, they have two dogs. This happens in the present time. And we used the present tense plural form of have, which is have itself, here in this sentence. Hope you understood. Let's look into another example. Oh, she is very proud to possess a car. She has a car. Look into the sentence, please. She is a pronoun. If you would like to know more about pronouns, here she especially is a personal pronoun, and there are a few videos related to pronouns in Easy Walk to English Grammar, our channel. And of course, there is a video related to personal pronouns. If you would like to watch those videos, please visit the channel and watch them. They will also be very helpful for you to improve your knowledge in English grammar. Here in this sentence, she has a car, she is a pronoun, and she is the subject of the sentence. And we all know that she means a single person, and we used has, the present tense singular form of have. This possession of the car by her is something that's happening at present. So in present tense, the singular form of have is has, and so we used has in this sentence. Both those examples we dealt with now are something related to present tense. Imagine that they have no dogs with them now, but they had those dogs, those two dogs, in some past days. Then we have to use the past form of have, that is had. And likewise, she had a car means she does not have a car with her now, but she had a car some days or years or months ago. So we used had here. Had is the past tense form of have. Past tense. Now I think you are well aware of the three forms. Not the past participle anyway, we haven't dealt with the past participle till now, but with the base form and its singular and plural forms in the present tense and of the past form of have. We completed how have and its forms has and had help us to show possession, the ownership of something. Now we are going to deal with how have and its forms help us to show events, experience, and activities. Here you can see a group of persons and one person is speaking, and it's quite sure that they are in a meeting. And we can use the sentence, I have a meeting. Any one of these persons can tell this sentence, I have a meeting. So it's clear that here have helps us to show an event. Meeting is an event, a happening. It can be termed as an activity also. For the persons who are participating in a meeting, it's an experience also. So it's quite clear here that how have can be used to show experience, event, or an activity. Regarding the example sentence that we came across in our previous example, I have a meeting. One important thing we have to notice, that is, I is singular. It's very clear that when we articulate the term I, it refers to a single person. There is nobody else. And it's singular. Everybody knows that. But along with I, we used have in that sentence. I have. We have learned a little before that have comes only with plural subjects. Then what's the reason why we used have here with I even though I is singular? Because I is an exceptional case in present tense. In present tense, I should be given the priority or the consideration that we give to plural subjects. I will enjoy, the pronoun I enjoys the rules related to plural subjects in present tense. That's the important thing. Another important thing that a learner should notice while learning the use of have. In the example sentence, I have a meeting, we discussed that have can be used when we speak about an experience, an event, or an activity. Now we can closely observe each of these terms. Here you can see a lady. She is in trouble, I think. She has some problem. Let's check. Oh my God, she has fever. Look, this is what she experiences now. She feels fever in her body. She experiences fever in her body. And what did we use with that experience here? Has, the singular form of have. What did we see there? We saw a baby under a shower, and we can see the baby had a shower. That action is finished now, and we can treat it as a past action. And hence, we used here had, the past tense form of have, to show that action. The baby had a shower. It was an action, and thus it's an activity too. And we used the past tense form of have, which is had, to talk about that action or that activity. I hope now you are quite sure about the rule. Have or its forms can be used when we speak about an event that we dealt in the example of the meeting. Secondly, when we speak about an experience that we dealt in the example of fever. And thirdly, we told have can be used when we speak about an activity. And here we dealt with it in the case of baby's shower. Now let's check how we can use have in case of eating food. Let's check a few sentences. In the first sentence we can read, I have my food. The meaning is, I am not hungry now, I have my food. And we can see in case of eating food we used have, the base form of have. And a little before we learned why we used the base form along with I even though I is singular. Coming to the next sentence, he has his food. The meaning is same and we used the singular present tense or the present tense singular form of have, and that is has in that sentence because he is the subject there and he is singular. The meaning is same. He has his food. He is not hungry now. Coming to the third sentence, they have their food. They is plural and we have to use the base form along with a plural subject. The meaning is same. They are not hungry now. They have their food. Coming to the next sentence, they had their food. There we used the past tense form of the verb have and we indicate a past action there. They had their food. The same meaning. They are not hungry now. They had their food. The last sentence, she is having her food. It indicates a continuous action. Means the action is going on. It's continuing. She is having her food. In order to tell about that continuous action related to eating food, we used the ing form of have. In other words, we can say we used the present participle form of have. I hope you understood by the time how we can use have and its forms to tell about or to speak about eating food. Now let's check have functioning as main verb. For that, we can deal with some of the sentences that we have already dealt in this video, and the first among them is they have two dogs. We can dissect this sentence. Means we can try to find out the components of this sentence. Here, they is a pronoun. It's a personal pronoun. If you would like to know more about personal pronouns, we have a video in this channel, Easy Walk to English Grammar. Please visit the channel and watch the video for better understanding of the topic. And coming to the next word, to, it's a determiner. It gives us hints about the number. And coming to the next word, dogs, it's a naming word and it's a noun. And we are sure that in English we cannot frame a sentence without verb. A verb, V-E-R-B, is very essential or an important component of a sentence. To simplify what I told now, we cannot construct a sentence without a verb. And we dissected all other words. We found out all other words, then what's a verb in this sentence? Of course, it's have. And as there is no other verb in this sentence, it is the main verb. You can understand this only if you know thoroughly well about main verbs and auxiliary verbs. In our channel Easy Walk to English Grammar, there is another video related to main verbs and auxiliary verbs. If you please, you can visit the channel and watch the video. And coming back to our point here, I think you understood what I meant to tell you here. We can look into another example that we have already dealt in this video a little before. She has a car. In this sentence, we know she is a pronoun and particularly a personal pronoun. A is a determiner because it gives us hint about the number of car. Car is a noun. It's a naming word and so it's a noun. Then, as we know, we cannot construct a sentence without a verb. What's the verb in this sentence? It's has. As there is no other verb in this sentence, has is the main verb. I think now the things are clearer for you people now. We will deal with one more example. The baby had a shower. Here, the is a determiner because it shows us particularly or it tells us particularly about a noun. Baby is a naming word and it's a noun. A, once again, is a determiner. Shower is a naming word and it's a noun. Then what is the verb? Of course, it's had. And as there is no other verbs in this sentence, it's the main verb. Had is the main verb. I think now you understood it the best how to find out or how have and its forms function as main verb in a sentence. It's very important to know about these facts to use have without any mistake. Now let's check certain other uses of have other than what we dealt a little before. And the first among that is have can be used to speak about days or part of a day. For example, have a nice day. You can wish somebody using this expression, and we can see that the main verb there is have. You can also use I had a tough day. Here you are explaining the difficulty that you went through a day. Here also we can see had, which is the past tense form of have, as the main verb. Have can also be used to speak about routine or some activities related to hygiene. For example, I need to have a shower 2 times a day. Having a shower is something related to our hygiene, to keep our body and mind healthy. And we used have as the main verb here to tell about something which is part of our hygiene. Another example is The doctor prescribed him to have sunbasking twice a month. Sunbasking means to get exposed to sunlight in order to cure some skin disease or to get vitamin D for our body, the health of our body. And here also, if you closely observe the sentence, we can see have as the main verb, uh, and the sentence is of course related to something of a hygienic routine. Another use of have is that have can be used to speak about conversations. For example, the student had a chat with the film star. Here we can see had a chat. Had is the main verb and had is the past tense form of have. And we used here this had to tell about something of a conversation. Now we can move on to the exercise section for this video. This time your task is to write 5 sentences using have as main verb. It's pretty easy a task. The only thing you need to be careful is that have should be the main verb in the 5 sentences that you write. Dear friends, please send your answers to the comment box along with your full name and the place of residence. The name and the place of residence of the person who sends all the sentences correct can be displayed on the screen, as well as it can be announced. The name of the person can be announced through the next video. If there are more than one person who send correct answers, we can select the first person who sends the correct answer, and his or her name will be announced through the next video and displayed on the screen. Hope all of you will participate.